Hello and welcome back to Strongwoman High's Dash. Life is a mishmash. We have a very special guest with us today, the one, the only Annabelle fucking Chapman, here to stay back on her reigning fucking champ status now. How are you, Annabelle?
Good. Feeling rough from the weekend. Yeah, that were hard graph, that.
Yeah, so this weekend you've just done the UKNS English Championships, haven't you? Where you
Yeah.
won England's Strongest Woman.
Made the game.
Very good, very nice. I've been excited for you to do that UKNS pathway
Oh,
for ages. So it was class to see you there and class to watch you
thank
compete
you.
again.
I
Proper
did
loved
it,
it.
so I qualified for it last year, but fell pregnant, didn't I? Wait,
Bloody hell, had to go and have
wait.
a baby, yeah? Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
But nah, it was class to see you back. And then this weekend, very exciting, you are doing the OSG England's, aren't you?
Yeah. I am excited, but I'm nervous.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
really nervous, but I am excited at the same time.
Understandable. I feel like you've got a lot of pressure on you for this comp because obviously
Yeah.
if you don't know Annabelle anybody, then you should know it. But do you want to give a little rundown of what you've done previously and why we all expect you to win?
Why you all expect me to do reasonably well. So prior to baby and torn ACL, so I held the axle world record at 131 kilos. I won the WUS championships back in 2020, summer or other. Third at Worlds, Britain's Strongest Woman. Yeah, so I've done some stuff.
Big roster, big
Um,
accolades.
a bigger roster. But yeah, then I tore my ACL and it all went in the bin. And then
Yeah,
I got pregnant and then it went further in the bin. So yeah, trying to make a comeback.
yeah. I try. I feel like I say trying. You are making a comeback.
Oh,
There's no trying about. You're just fucking doing it, aren't you?
I'm just doing it, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's sound. It's going to be so exciting. I'm looking forward to the weekend as well. I think it'll be really good. I feel like you've probably got a lot of pressure on you to do all right, but
Yes.
then on the other
And
hand of that, the standard that's going this weekend is in fucking insane.
it's wild. Like, I mean, you're gonna be like Annabelle, like you're a professional athlete. Uh, you don't do that, but you look on people's Instagrams. I have a
Obviously.
little scout, and I'm looking, and I'm thinking,
Oh
oh my
no.
god, yeah, like the standard is high, but I love that. Like,
Yeah.
for the standard to be high is what we want. Like, it needs to be a high standard comp. So it's nice to see.
100%. I totally agree. I think it's always hard, I think, when you've had a bit of time off and you come back into it because of the growth of Strong Woman now, it grows so fucking fast, doesn't it? Like
Yeah,
every year the
rapid.
standard is so much higher. So it is
Yeah,
like fucking hell, now I've got to fucking compete with these dickheads. Someone who's just come out of the woodwork and
shit.
you're like,
Yeah,
oh no. But
yeah.
it makes it so much more fun, doesn't it?
So much more fun. Like, yeah, I know people are gonna expect me to go into this comp at the weekend and do particularly well, or even clean sweep, or just I'll just get first. I do not think that that's going to be the case at all. There are some top quality athletes that are coming into this weekend, and I think people will be surprised. People think I'm as strong as I once was. Girl, this body's done stuff, okay? I I don't feel that strong.
I've been through some stuff.
Literally. Like, my abdominal wall has been cut open, you know?
Just got to deal with that first. Just got to deal with that first.
Yeah.
Okay, then. So let's get into meat and potatoes then. What is your strong woman high, Annabelle?
Strong woman high. Um, I've got two. My first one would be my axle world record.
Obviously.
Obviously that was a really cool day. My family was there. Like, yeah, it was a good time. And obviously got the world record, which is also very good.
Also
And
good, yeah.
then I would say it has to, every time Dubai was the comp. I know there hasn't been another. I know there hasn't, and whatever drama's going on there is going on.
Yeah.
But that comp was just insane. Like, the women got paid the same, we got the same treatment, we got all expenses paid travelling to Dubai,
Yeah,
which, do you know what I mean? It's not friggin' Sheffield, it's Dubai, you
proper.
know? And we had a week there, and then the comp. I enjoyed the comp that much, and I was just so invested in enjoying my time. I didn't even know I won.
Didn't
It was,
realise.
yeah, it was Donna that was like, Annabelle, you've won. I was like, what?
What?
What do you mean? And she was like, look, the points, the points. And I was looking at the screen. My phone was ringing because Andy was like, you fucking won. And I'm like, "Bleh." Like, it was just so surreal to be up against, like, Andrea, Donna, like, all the big names that Nadia, everyone was there, and it was just, yeah, it was just an insane comp, and I loved it. And there was no deadlift in it as well, so for me, that's a high in itself. A comp with no
Absolutely.
deadlifting.
I'm on board with that, mate. Sounds like a dream to me.
Yeah,
Fuck those deadlifts.
and get them in the bin.
Absolutely. Nah, it's cool. I feel like that Wust comp doesn't get spoke about a lot because of obviously a lot of
No.
like drama surrounding it later on, but it in general that was a fucking awesome comp. That it's
Oh,
a real
yeah,
shame that it's never made a comeback because it was
yeah.
so well done and so well put on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really, really good, and yeah, it, like you say, it's just a shame they haven't done another. But there are other, you know, big, incredible comps like the Arnolds, Rogue, that everyone's fighting to get towards, and Giants Brits, obviously. So I
Yeah,
think just keep your mindset on them. But if Wuss does come back, catch me there, girl.
absolutely. Well, you'll get straight
Mhm.
invite, reigning champ.
I'd be like, reigning champ, please.
Please take me back.
Yes, please.
Nah, it's a cool comp that, and as well the Axel record that stood for a while as well, didn't it?
That stood for a good while. Is it Blunderbuns? That's her
Yeah,
Instagram handle. She's taken it now from Australia.
yeah.
Really tidy, clean and press she did. So yeah, she's got it at the moment. I might take it back though, girl. You watch out.
Well, never say never. You got the
Never
year.
say
You've got the
never.
year.
Mhm.
Nah, it would be cool to see. It'd be cool to have it back in the UK with you for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
And
the
I think
pressing queens.
absolutely you well deserve
But
that
you
as
wait,
well.
Inez. Inez will come.
I know, and Ez will come and do it and like
She'll
fucking
come. It'll be 200
do
kilos.
170 or some shit. When I'll be like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Like, gee, Inez, girl.
She's absolutely jokes her, like, isn't she? That her
Oh,
pressing power is. She'll be the first woman to press 200 kilo, her, won't she?
absolutely. Like, just watching her press, I'm just like, uh, it's just, yeah, she's lovely, lovely to watch.
Yeah,
And a
she's
lovely, lovely lady as well.
yeah, she's sound, isn't she? She's absolutely
Yeah.
sound. We're loving us. We're loving us here. Oh, cool. They're really good strong woman highs. Then I love both of
Yeah.
them. So, well, let's move on then. What are your strong woman lows?
I think probably tearing my ACL. That was awful. The whole, like, I was training sandbag to shoulder, as you well know, we've spoken about that before. And it's all those, like, oh, what ifs and shoulda, woulda, couldas. Like, I was only meant to be doing a single of the 100 kilo sandbag, and I'd already done it once, and then I went to do it again, and it was on that second rep that it just went. And at the time, we didn't know I tore my ACL, so I actually went and competed at Worlds
Oops.
with no ACL, lol.
Oopsie daisies.
Um, yeah, and just coming back and then just saying, oh yeah, you've fully torn your ACL, you've got a grade 2 tear in your MCL, you're gonna need surgery. And I was like, and Andy's like optimistic. He's always like, oh, it's a sprain. Yeah, walk it off, walk it off. And I remember coming out being like, yeah, I'm gonna need surgery. And he went, that's not funny. I was like, I'm truly serious. Like, it's
I'm
torn.
not
And he,
joking.
yeah, he was like, oh my God. So yeah, and then just the rehab back into that was really hard. Then I fell pregnant with Morgan. And because I was in hospital for a week prior to having Morgan, and I was very stationary, they wouldn't really let me out the hospital, like to stay in the hospital. And then I had my cesarean C-section, and I was pretty stationary after then because
Yeah,
it's, you know, really fucking painful.
yeah,
And my quad just atrophied complete. It was like, I don't even know how it happened, because I wasn't just sat up the whole time, but it would just shut off. So I
Yeah.
couldn't walk up the stairs. I couldn't like get off the floor with Morgan. I couldn't go up the stairs with Morgan. I couldn't go down the stairs. Like anything to do with that leg, I just didn't have the strength in that leg at all to do anything.
Yeah.
So trying to rehab and get back into that was really difficult because I couldn't even do a leg extension with no weights on the weight machine. Like it was excruciating. Um, so that took a lot of like guts and balls to just get back into sport because I thought that was it.
100%. Well, I feel like
I,
even not even just rehabbing that injury on its own, because like injury rehab for an ACL is really fucking hard work. But on
yeah.
top of having a newborn baby as well and a
Yeah.
C-section,
Yeah.
it's like a triple of
A
like
triple
very
threat.
hard things to deal with.
Yeah. So I was just like, when you just think this, I think this is me done. Like I can't. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. But here we are,
Here we are,
doing the do.
not done
So
quite yet.
yeah, yeah.
What?
But I would say that's like the low.
Yeah. What was the point that you got to where you actually thought like, actually, this might not be it. This might not be me fully done.
Um, do you know what? It's not. It's Andy. Andy's like a big influence. Like I've said, is very optimistic, and he's like, you just need to get your head out your ass and crack on. You need to get on with your rehab. You need to really try and build your quad muscle back because you're not trying. And let's just fucking do it. If you want to do Strongwoman, you have to do this bit first.
Yeah.
So let's just get this bit done. And
Oh,
I'm like,
nice. Fine, if I have
yeah,
to.
I'll do it then. It's just, yeah, it's a very good influence. Like, I probably wouldn't be doing Strongman if it didn't want for Andy, because he's like, come on, let's get
Yeah.
to gym. And I'm like, but Bridgerton's on. It's like, come on.
Oh, that's so
So,
good. He's a good egg, him. He's a good
he
egg,
is a
isn't
good
he?
egg.
Yeah, he's a
Love
good.
him.
Nah, it's cool that. And then how have you dealt with obviously having a newborn and getting back into training and strong because you work as well, don't you? You're busy
Yeah,
gal.
so do you know what? It is hard. I can't lie. Having a kid is hard. Like people really like to sugarcoat it, like, oh my god, it's such a great experience. Like, oh my god,
Yeah,
it is lovely, but it's like challenging. Every day you're getting challenged. Every day is different, and then on top of that, you go into work. You're doing your 9 to 5, 5 days a week, and on top of that, you're training like 4 days a week for competitions and such what. So it is really hard. I think I am very lucky to have Andy, who's very hands-on. All dads are, I'm presuming, but Andy's very hands-on. He wants to be involved. He'll take over when I'm getting stressed. It's a very like teamwork effort. So I think because I've got a good partner, we've got a good structure, we're making it work. But it is hard,
yeah,
absolutely.
100%. I
And like
bet.
mum guilt is a thing. It's like when I'm at the gym, I'm like a really shit mum because I'm at the gym and I'm not at home looking after Morgan. She's with her dad. She's getting very well looked after, obviously, but I'm still there thinking, oh, well, I should be at home, really. Like, even when you are doing it, you feel guilty for doing it. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, it's a difficult one as well because it's like you need to be a little bit selfish, and this is a sport where it does require you to be quite selfish.
Yeah,
But for your mental health and your mental well-being, it's important to take that time away from like your child
yeah.
and stuff. And even though it might seem selfish at the time, realistically in the long run, it's probably going to benefit both of yous anyway.
1000%. And like, I remember it's a bit off piece, but when Blue had his accident,
Yeah,
so Blue, 2 and a bit years ago, paralyzed himself chasing his tennis ball. Idiot.
blow.
But I remember, like, I remember for like the first 8 weeks, or was it 6 weeks, we slept downstairs on the floor with him. And Andy was going to the gym, and I was like, no, I can't leave him. I can't leave him. I can't leave him. So for 6 weeks, I was just working downstairs, sleeping downstairs, living downstairs with the dog. And towards the end of it, I was in a pit of depression. Like, I was just like, oh my God, this is like, I was probably in the worst mental state that I've ever been. And Andy was like, go to the gym.
Yeah.
Get out. Go to the gym. Do what you love, and you'll feel better. Went to the gym, and I was like, oh, he knows what he's on about. Yeah, I do feel really good, actually.
Actually, this is all right. This.
Yeah, I'm
D-
okay now.
My life isn't that bad, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
funny how it's funny, isn't it? Because I think it's like you find a limit to whether it's good for you or bad for you. Like having 6 weeks off probably isn't the best for you. But
no,
like I've had the same thing. Like this week, I've hardly trained at all. I've done fuck all because
yeah,
I had to put my dog down on Friday because it was just so. It was having such a shit standard of life from fitting and
oh,
epilepsy and all this sort of
yeah,
stuff. And we'd had a few close calls where something traumatic's going to happen, and we were
gonna
like,
happen.
that we either leave it and wait and something traumatic happens that we don't deal with, or we make the decision now and we put her out of her misery a little bit and do it.
Yeah,
And like I've not trained and I think I've got a comp coming up. I don't care. Like
yeah.
be all right. I'll get back to it when I can get back to it. But
When
then
you
I
get back
know
to it,
that this week when I'm training, like I'll feel better because I spent that time with her last week that I needed to, and this week
yeah,
I'll train, I'll feel better, I'll get myself back into my routine, and it'll be all right. But it's finding that balance yourself, isn't
yeah,
it, of what you feel like you need to do at that moment in time.
yeah. 1000%. Yeah, absolutely.
But so in terms of then injury rehab that you've had from your ACL, I know we've
Yeah,
got sandbag to shoulder coming up. How have you found training for that?
awful. Like,
Hate it.
I just, it just, I can't explain to you because the strength's there. So this weekend we went down to Rhinos and had a bit of a training session with Chloe and her partner Matt. And I was like getting in my head, and it was like a 90 kilo sandbag. Do you know what I mean? It's 90 kilos. I can log press like 120 kilos. Like,
This shouldn't be an issue.
this shouldn't be an issue. And, Matt was like, Annabelle, like, treat it like a log. Like, you can throw a log up to your chest. Like, come on. Like, you can do it. And yeah, that this weekend just gone is the first time that I've shouldered that 100 sandbag since tearing my ACL. It was like euphoric. I was like,
Can you believe this?
yeah, it was so like, yeah, insane. So yeah, training sandbag hasn't gone well. I hate it. Sandbag needs to be gone now.
Done with
The
it.
phase needs to be done.
I don't think,
Yeah,
unfortunately, we're never getting rid of sandbags.
I
Like,
know.
no,
Well,
I totally agree. I feel like because I had similar with my bicep. Like, I'll never underhand grip an axle ever again in my life, and like
yeah,
it's a decision that's been made for me, unfortunately. But I remember
yeah,
the first sessions back on axle, even double overhand, I still have that like heartbeat, fluttery
yeah,
feeling where you're like, "Fuck me!" And if I feel my elbows twinge at all, I'm like, "What? No, no
yeah,
more, no more. I can't do anything
yeah.
now.
I'm
I can't do
done.
anything." And
Yeah,
it's awful, isn't it? I feel that's been the hardest thing for me mentally is to get over that
yeah.
block where it's not even you're not even consciously aware that your body's doing it, but your body's going,
No,
no, no, no, no, we're not doing this now. Too
we're not
scared.
doing it anymore. Yeah, like even like now, like my knee like clunks a bit and it clicks a bit, and if I'm doing a lift and it clicks, I'm like, no, we're
Yeah,
done.
yeah,
Session's done. I'm scared. I can't.
yeah. It's
Yeah, it's
awful, isn't
awful.
it? It can really get in your head, and I think that's because that's one thing I've worked on with Amelia from Cerebral Wellbeing because she'd offered to sponsor me, and I was a bit like, I don't need any more
And it's
confidence.
sponsor. Yeah,
I was like, I don't need confidence going into comps, mate. I'm fine. I've not got bad
yeah,
mental health at all.
yeah.
But then when I was like talking to her about my injury and stuff, I was like, oh no, fuck, I am really fucked
Oh
up
my
about
god.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I've got some serious mental blocks going on here. I need some help.
yeah,
What the fuck? And she's done really well at like helping me like take them feelings and sort of go, yeah, it's terrifying, but we can do this and we can train our
yeah,
body to get used to this again, and it will be all right. But
yeah.
it takes longer doing that than the actual injury takes to heal, I feel.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like uh, I could probably do half my training if I had more confidence in my knee itself. Like it's been reconstructed. It will be stronger than my good knee,
Yeah,
my other knee. Like it's just trying to get past that mental side of it's gonna go again, and
yeah.
it won't. It, touch wood.
No,
It shouldn't.
touch wood. No, I do exactly the same. My left bicep hurts all the time,
Yeah,
and I'm aware that it is so much stronger now than my right one. but I never feel my right one. I only feel the left one. And the minute I feel
Yeah.
it, I think, that's going to go. That's going to go.
Right,
Can't do that.
it's shooting up, I'm off.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah.
it's been drilled back into my arm, and I'm like, no, it's nearly gone. I'm not going to do this. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? But I'm excited to see you perform at the weekend. I think it'll be
Oh,
really good
thanks.
fun.
I think, and the events are good. I really like the events. I like the axle interlog. I love throwing. I like stones, deadlift, no,
Bin.
sandbag, no. But everything else, it's going to be good. It's going to be an
Yeah.
interesting comp.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it'll be a really good day. Cool. So moving on then, we will
Mm.
go to our next question, which is,
Yeah.
what would you say to yourself when you first started Strongwoman?
Oh, what would I say to myself? Do more single leg work. Because you're gonna tear your ACL. So do single leg work immediately. What would I say to her? I'd just say you're gonna be like a big deal someday. Just keep working. That's probably what I'd do. Single leg work. That's probably what I'd say to her.
You're going to be a big deal. Do single leg work.
Do single leg work, and then you won't tear your ACL, hun. And
Please.
that you're gonna have a baby, because at that point I didn't think I could have kids, so
It,
that'd also be nice.
when you first started Strong Woman, did you ever think you were going to get to the point that you're at now?
No, never. Like, I remember training, and I was dating Andy, and he was like, "Annabelle, you're really strong." I was like, "Well, thanks, yeah." But you just think he's just saying that. And then, like, you do one comp, and you're nervous, but you do well, and then you do another, and I didn't even. For me, it's always just been fun. Like, it's always been. I get to see my friends, and I get to hang out with my boyfriend and train. Like, it's always just been a fun thing. I was saying this to Chloe at the weekend, and it sounds like I don't ever take it that seriously. And then I said to Andy, I was like, "Is there a better way I can say that than me just saying I don't take it seriously? Because I think that sounds like really shit." And it was like, the thing that you do very well is like you come away from it very well. It was like you can go out and have a bottomless brunch, and when you've got a competition the following weekend, it was like you can clock off. If you don't want to train, you don't train. You don't force yourself to go. Like, it's more of just a fun thing, and not something that I have to just. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but
I totally get it, because I think for me, you're like an inspiration in the terms that you really enjoy the sport, and every time I see you, I've never seen you annoyed or upset or angry at a comp. You're always just
no,
fucking buzzing, like,
I'm like,
and there's a space to be sad. Like, there's spaces to be
yeah,
sad, there's spaces to be annoyed, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But I do, like, every time I see you at a comp, I just think she's having a fucking great time, or I watch you at a
she
comp.
loves it.
Yeah, I watch your videos and I think she's having a fucking mint time. Like, she's clearly really enjoying that, and
Yeah,
you can tell when people are genuinely enjoying themselves, and you are. And I think that's it. Fucking, I love watching that. I love watching someone who's enjoying themselves. It makes me enjoy watching it as well.
yeah.
And I think that's why you've been so successful, is because you just love it. You're just having a whale of
I'm
a
just
time, aren't
jolly,
you?
aren't I? Jolly gal,
You're just jolly. you
jolly
just
queen.
you're just fucking having a great time, and I love
Yeah,
that. It's infectious and all in the right ways. So
yeah.
no, I think it's
Thanks.
fucking class. It's so cool. And as well, so moving on then quickly, did you want to talk about having Morgan and sort of like the struggles that you came up against with that, or not? You don't have to if you don't want to. I can
Yeah,
cut this
yeah.
out.
So no, yeah. So with Morgan, so I mean, when Blue had his accident, it was a really fucking shitty, like, first start of the year.
Yeah.
So Blue had his accident, we lost my cat. The doctors were like, "Look, you've got polycystic ovaries, and the chances of you conceiving naturally are low, because you've got polycystic ovaries, because of your BMI." And all this rigmarole. So we were just like, well, shit. And we had been trying, we hadn't caught on, so we were like, bloody hell. We spoke to the doctors about, what are our options for like IVF and stuff, and they were like, look, we can't even consider you until you've lost, I think it was about 40 kilos of weight.
What
And I
the
was
fuck?
like, 40 kilos?
I'd be dead.
I don't think at like 40 kilos. So that was like, I'd have to be, I think they said I'd have to be like 80 kilos or under for them to even put me on the list to be, you know, spoken to by the doctors. And do you know what? I haven't been even. I'd show you a photo if I had it. Even when I was at my slimmest, and this was when I was doing two cardio bunny classes a day. I was having no food. I was like thin. My head was this big because my body was like tiny.
Bobblehead, yeah,
A
I've been there.
bobblehead, yeah. And even then, I weighed 95 kilos. Like I've always been a big, stocky girl, my nan. You just big boned. You big boned, love. I've just always been heavy set, always been even, I'm just dense, just very, very dense. So when I was saying to the doctors, I can't do that, they're like, well, there's there's absolutely nothing we can do, I'm afraid. So I went to TikTok. I went to
Obviously.
TikTok and I was like, polycystic ovaries, how to get pregnant. And it was this woman who had this it was a drink of like amino acids and vitamins and something else and something else and something else and maca root and everything into this one drink. And she was like, drink it every day for the next 12 weeks, you'll fall pregnant. And I drank it every day for those 12 weeks and I fell pregnant.
Oh shit, son.
And I was like,
The magic
TikTok is
juice.
real. And literally, yeah, I put it down to the drink that I was having that I was able to conceive Morgan. Yeah, and it was wonderful. But I mean, for years, and I mean years, me and my best friend, we've always said we're barren, barren Karen. Like we're not going to be able to have kids. Like this is it. I don't know why. We just always have. We just never had in our minds that we were going to be able to have kids. And sure enough, I fell pregnant, and she's fallen pregnant this year.
Oh,
I
yay. That's so
know. It was
cute.
so lovely. So yeah, what we didn't know anything, so don't know what we were thinking.
Oh, that's so cute. Your baby's going to be besties as well, and I love that.
Oh yeah.
I love a passing down of best friendship.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's so cool. I love that. I love that TikTok was your Lord God and Savior because it is mine also. I totally agree.
Anything that I'm like unsure, like looking after Morgan, if there's like a rash, I'm like, rash on baby, TikTok. Oh, right. I love it. Like,
It teaches you everything. You don't need to know. You don't need to learn anything ever again because TikTok has all the answers.
other than I don't know if you've seen these where it's like, oh, unknown places in Sheffield, and it like zooms into the map and it looks like Thailand. Have you
Oh
seen?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
embarrassing. I was like, Andy, look at this place down south. Like it looks well nice. He went, Annabelle, that's Thailand. I
Oh,
was like,
did it
is
get
it?
you?
Oh, it got me, and I was really embarrassed. And now he never lets it go.
No, to be fair, I wouldn't either. That's fair. That's proper mum brain, that though. As if you got
Yeah,
dinged by one of them. Come on,
I
Annabelle.
know. What idiots.
You're going to start believing AI soon, aren't you?
Oh, that does my head in. You know when it's like a kid holding a tiger and then they all just fandangle together?
Mm,
Warps my mind. It scares me.
it's coming. It's terrifying the way AI is going. Like,
Yeah,
but I do. Some of them are quite believable, but
very.
yeah, I'd be
Me.
careful on
That'll be
them
me getting
ones.
scammed.
Scammed. Everybody, if you want to scam someone, Annabelle's your
Yeah,
girl.
because I'm gullible as fuck.
Gullible as fuck.
Literally.
Uh, well, and as well, so talking about the doctors, obviously, like all this is through the NHS, still using
Yeah,
fucking BMI as a scale
honestly,
of measurement. Like,
it's
what did they
it's
say when you were
infuriating.
like, do you know who I am?
Yeah,
Have you heard of
they're
me
like, I
before?
don't care. When I'm like, I say to them, like, I'm 120 kilos. And I'm like, I'm not 120 kilos of fat. I
No.
am muscle. There is a bit of chub there, I'm not gonna lie. But there is muscle, like, am I just a dent? Oh, no, we don't take that into consideration. It is simply BMI. And even throughout my whole pregnancy, all they banged on about was my weight. They
Yeah.
were like, your BMI's high, you'll have to be induced early. I was like, I don't want to be induced, I want a natural birth. Your BMI's high, you'll have to have a C-section. I'm like, I don't want a C-section, I want a natural birth. That's what I want. They were trying to get me booked in early because out of my BMI. And I was like, hands down, I'll be healthier than everyone in this room.
Yeah.
Like, I am an athlete, I compete, I've trained throughout my entire pregnancy. I'm as fit as a fiddle. My heart rate was, the woman was like, it's a good heart rate. You're fine. My heart rate didn't budge through my whole pregnancy, but every time the consultants would just bring up my weight, and it's just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, the BMI metric system was brought in for the war for men. Why are
Yeah.
we using it on pregnant women?
It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't take into
No,
account anything about anybody. For general
no.
population of people that aren't training, yeah, fair. Use it for that. That's
Use it for that.
absolutely fine. But the
Yeah,
minute you start getting into any sort of athletic population, it becomes completely obsolete. It doesn't
absolutely.
make any sense whatsoever. But it's
Yeah,
so annoying that that's what they were sticking on. That's what their only thing
yeah.
for you was, because
Was
they've just not taken into account any patient-centered care there of you as an
yeah,
actual individual, which is just fucking
yeah.
stupid.
It's insane. So yeah, we fought through that the whole pregnancy, and we even was like, it got to 40 weeks, and it was like my due date. And bang on my due date, did I have a raised heart rate and preeclampsia? I was like, fuck's sake. So that meant I had to be induced. And then I had
Fuck.
to have a C-section. So everything that I
Fuck.
fought against all that time, they were like, oh, by the way, you're
Happened
going to have
anyway.
to have a C-section. I was like, fuck.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Avoided it at all costs and still got anywhere.
Yeah. Still got it anyway. I was like, what's the fucking point?
What's the point? Ah,
Yeah.
well, it's still fucking fair play to you though for showing that like it didn't fucking
Yeah.
matter. Like absolute bullshit. Different things changed. Obviously, it wasn't anything to do with your BMI. What happened at the end
No.
to how you actually
No.
had Morgan, but
It's
like
because I had a fucking mega baby. That's why. Her head wouldn't come out.
it was all that hair.
Yeah. She
She was
was
too
like,
busy growing
sorry,
hair.
I need this longer.
She's got the
Jesus.
best head of hair I've ever seen on a baby. To be
Oh, she's
fair,
just,
probably the prettiest baby
I could
ever.
eat her.
Yeah, she's so cute.
Delicious.
It upsets me how scared she is of me. I wish she liked me more.
Well, I think, do you know what it was? I think it was just everybody cheered when it gets really like,
I
whoa.
think she just heard me and went, no, no.
I'm tapping out. I'm off.
Who's this weird bald girl? Leave me alone. She's not got enough hair to be in this gang. Get her
If you
out.
got nowhere, get out.
I'll grow my hair back just for Morgan next year.
Just smokes, yeah.
So that she can be my friend again.
Bless her.
Oh, bless her, little cutie. Right,
Yeah,
okay
very
then.
good.
Let's move on to our final part of the podcast. Unless you've got anything else you would
Yeah.
like to talk about, anything strongman related, would you like to get a bee out of your bonnet? Something off your
Oh,
chest?
be out my bonnet, something off my chest. Not really. I don't really have any controversial opinions, I don't think, other than we should allow belt cleans now, every comp. Yeah, we should be over that
Yes,
bridge.
totally agree with that.
I don't know. I think this weekend you can belt clean, but you can't pause it on your belt. So it has to be a boom boom. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
I think I might be talking out my rectum there.
I don't know. I'm not aware of any of these rules, but I also haven't paid any
Yeah.
attention to anything that's going on this weekend. So,
Yeah, so that would probably be my only controversial opinion, and I don't even think it's that controversial.
now I think to be fair, majority of people, apart from open weight men, all agree that belt clean should be allowed.
Yeah, yeah. It's because I got massive guts.
Yeah, I know. I've got nothing to rest the axle on if I don't belt clean.
No,
There's,
yeah,
it's just going to
exactly.
slip.
Slip away. But no, I don't have anything controversial to say
Perfect.
or anything to get off my chest, really.
You're very uncontroversial. What we'll do is we'll let you do this year of competing. I'll ask you this question again at the end of the year.
And I'll be like, do you know fucking what? I'm sick to death of. That'll be what it is.
You've had too long out of it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh my God, it's so cute around here.
You're looking at
Then,
Strongwoman with rose tinted glasses on at the moment.
yeah. And then when I end of the year, I'll be like, Becca, get me on that. Get me on there right now.
I've got shit to talk about now.
Yeah.
No, well, that's very good. Very uncomplicated. That's what we like. That's what we
Thank
like.
you.
So, moving on then, silly goose wise, we'll do our quick silly goose song. I'll put a little clip here for the silly goose song.
Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where our lips get loose and our minds run free. Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where we chat a load of shit that's of absolutely no use. It's silly goose time.
Do you have a silly goose for the table or not?
No, give me a silly goose though.
Okay, so I actually asked Jenny to involve this because I already done a silly goose this morning and my brain sometimes farts out silly gooses. I can't think
Yeah,
of them.
that's fine.
So Jenny's silly goose for you was, what superpower would you rather have? 1, a high-powered water cannon fired out of your ass. All you have to do is bend over and aim.
Yeah.
Or 2, the ability to tickle people just with a look, but the power is so strong that the tickle victims cry and soil themselves.
Oh, that one. The
Tickling.
thing is, I don't feel the need for a water cannon out my ass. I don't know what a water cannon away.
Well, I mean, it could be quite handy if you were going to be a fireman,
That would be good.
I guess.
I don't like fire,
No.
so maybe. But then, how good would it be if you were at like a high level rogue competition and you could just tickle someone with your look and they shit themselves and fail the event?
That would actually be very good. Yeah.
Wouldn't it? And then I would win.
I like that. And I like the fact that you thought about the being a firefighter and saving fires with your water cannon ass. Instead, you were going to tickle people to ruin events for them so that you could beat them. I like that as well.
Yes.
that's
Ruthless.
That's pure Annabelle Chapman is a competitive motherfucker and she's back.
Your house is gonna burn down. I don't give a fuck, honey.
Yeah,
I need to win rogue.
Anybody who was thinking they were coming in this weekend and getting a watered down version of Chapman, nah.
Wrong.
Get fucked.
I'm gonna tickle you and you're gonna shit yourself.
Everyone's going to be keeping well away from you this weekend. Like, no, don't tickle me. I don't want to shit myself.
Please. But that's what I'd pick. The look, the tickle, shit yourself. That'd be it.
Yeah.
Or like even if me and Andy are arguing, I'd just be like, and then he'd poo. I'd be like, that's what you get. Don't fight with me. You'll poo. Stop.
Have you not learned your lesson yet?
Jesus.
That's so fucking good. I love that. If you could just have a normal superpower, what would that be? If it wasn't one that was
invisibility.
Really
always invisibility. You can travel to any country, just sit on the fucking plane.
Yeah.
Don't have to go through anything, just dodge through, get in. I'd love to be a fly on the wall. When you're invisible, you can be that fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Love that. Tripping people up and just... Do you know what I mean? Again, I could be competing, turn myself invisible, trip someone up on the yoke, come back, I'd be like, oh
my God, what happened?
Like, invisibility, 1000%. Rob a bank, I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah, I like this. I like that your superpower's being used for evil. I feel like we've bonded over this because this is also what I would use my superpowers for as well. Just evil.
Yeah. Well, evil, is it? I'm just trying to win and get money, you know?
Hell yeah. We're doing it because we're girl bosses.
That's why.
Just looking out for ourselves.
Literally, because no one else will.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Got to be independent. You got to be able to do these things yourself,
haven't you? £1 million. And if you do, hit me up.
If anyone's looking for a sponsorship opportunity,
yeah, if you want to give me £1 million, please holler at your girl.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, fucking find that money yourself. Quickly, while we were just talking about that sort of stuff, what do you think we need to get the sport bigger? This is off silly goose topic now.
This could be my not controversial, but this could be my bit of a bee in the bonnet thing. Is like, we strong women. It's going as well as it needs to be going. I feel as though sometimes we really want to push it and we want to we need to be as big as a man and we need as much money as a man and da-da-da-da-da. Like, my controversial thing is that will come. Like, the men all those years ago weren't getting what they're getting now. That's been built up over the years. The fans have been built up over the years. And although there are thousands of strongmen fans, that doesn't necessarily mean they all want to watch the women.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we just need to take that natural progression, because if we rush it, it'll drop off.
Yeah.
You know, it'll go, yeah, this is really good, and then it'll just drop, and nobody will want to do a show, and nobody will want to put on shows for the women. It just needs to be that natural progression. So I think what we're doing now at the moment is brilliant. Just putting your name out there, the deadlifts that Lucy's done, and it could be cool if a log record got introduced for the women in the giant shows, like Inez and Andrea, and just seeing all the big pressers do a world record in that aspect. So I think slowly interjecting the women into the men's shows and just doing what we're doing, I think that's how we do it. It needs to be natural. I
Yeah.
think the progression can't be forced, otherwise it'll just fall off.
Yeah, I totally agree. It needs to be organic growth, doesn't it? Otherwise, we're
Yeah.
just not going to build the fan base that we want. But
But then I
yeah,
do know a lot of people are like, no, it needs to be now, and it needs to be, we need the money and blah, 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 but that'll come. We just need to showcase a little first.
yeah. I think it's the
You know?
hard thing, isn't it? Of like, we need to give away a bit for free to get
The
to
good
get
bit.
to get there. Like, we need people to be willing to sacrifice a little bit for the sport that they love, for it
Yeah.
then to grow big enough where people are going to be involved and interested. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, you need people to give a little bit of their time and a little bit of their energy. Otherwise, nothing happens.
Yeah, and I know, like, coming off, I know people have sacrificed a lot, and I know a lot of people do sacrifice a lot for the sport, but it's just, it will come.
Yeah,
It's just going to take a bit of time, is
yeah,
all.
yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I love that. I don't think that's controversial at all. I think that's a very good
Oh,
opinion.
thank you. Thank you so much.
I totally agree with you. I think it needs pushing. Like, I don't think that
Yeah.
like we need to stop, but I think it's everything is happening in the right time frames and the right ways now. Like,
Yeah.
with the introduction of Rogue, obviously last year, and the Arnolds and all the prize money with them, there is the availability is there now. Like,
Yeah.
we've basically made it. It's just a case of it trickling down a little bit more to create them better
Yeah.
pathways for it. But that'll
Yeah.
come. That's in the woodwork now.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
1000%. We just got to be patient. Patient queens. That's all we need to do.
patient queens, and we've got
Yeah.
plenty of time. I was speaking to Kiki this morning, and she's 56, and she's still competing, like absolute
Yeah.
legend that she is. So like,
Exactly.
there's plenty of time for all of us. We got the
There's
time.
Yeah, we've got lots of time, and do you know what? Like you say, there's all the time in the world, and if you don't, like, for me, if I don't compete in an opens, I'll do masters.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not
100%.
there yet. I'm only 31.
Oh, you got a bit of time then, mate.
Got a bit of time,
got
but
a bit of time left.
yeah, we just got to be patient. It'll come.
Yeah, 100%. No, I love that. I love that. So then, what's your plans this year then? So we've got England's this weekend. I'm actually
Yeah,
going to post this episode on Friday, so everyone can have a little listen while they're travelling England's on the way down.
listen on in.
Very exciting, so everyone can get scared. Angry Annabelle Chapman. Every time
Oh,
someone looks at you, they're going to be like, "Don't tickle me."
don't make me shit my pants.
But what's your plan for the rest of the year?
It's literally like I just want to do as much as my body will allow me. I want to do England's. If I qualify for Giants Brits, I obviously want to do that. If I don't, possibly do Europe's, official Strongman Europe's. I want to do Worlds. I might do the Arnold's amateurs. Like, I just want to do as much as I can to get my name back out there, because I think people have forgotten about me and I don't want them to. I'm still here.
I
Still
don't.
here.
I don't think people have forgotten about you. Not
No,
a chance. Not a
not a
chance.
chance. But
Nah.
yeah, it's basically just rehab. Obviously, keep rehabbing my knee very well, build my strength back up because it isn't what it used to be. And yeah, just do as many competitions as possible to. The end goal is I want a rogue invite.
Yeah.
Everybody does, don't they? Everybody wants a bloody rogue invite. But
Yeah.
that's my end goal, is I'd love to be invited to rogue. It'd be dream come true.
100%. I
Uh,
think. I think that's on the cards, me. I think if it
oh,
if it maybe isn't in the cards this year, it'll be in the cards for next year for sure.
next year. Next year.
Your defo's getting that rogue invite. I wouldn't worry
Oh,
about that.
thanks, Gil. But yeah, it's just. But then, I mean, we always said that we would only have one kid. We are planning to have another kid, so it's just wait and see what happens, really.
Yeah, 100%. I think you've got
So,
a very nice balance, though, you with like family life and work and strongman. Like,
yeah,
you're like the goal of not letting strongman overtake your life.
yeah,
Like,
like overrun.
yeah, because like it can get completely out of control where it's your entire personality and your entire life. And I think you're very good at just going, no, this is my hobby and it's really good fun, but
Yeah,
it is a
but
hobby at the end of the day.
yeah, I was saying this to Andy. Like, when I'm like 60, I'll look back at Strongman and I'll be like, yeah, that was fucking cool. But I'll look back at my kids and I'll be like, that was way cooler.
Yeah.
And like, they're with me now kind of thing. So, and one of my friends, she was like, oh, she messaged me. I'm sure she won't mind me sort of bringing it up, but she messaged me saying, how, how, how did you know when was the right time to have a kid? Like you were at your peak, like you were at your peak performance, like you were doing so well, winning comps, super strong. Like, how did you come away from that? How did you know then was the right time to have a kid? And it's just, I don't think there's ever a right time. Like if you're at the top of your game and you want a kid, have that kid. Like
Yeah.
she's been no bother with taking her to the gym. Like the bit that slowed me down, like rehab and getting back to it wise, is my knee. It's got nothing to do with having Morgan. She's been an absolute friggin' breeze.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I'm so keen to have another, because I'm like it. I can do both. I can be a mum. I can train. I can do it. It's not as hard as it seems. So
Yeah.
I think just don't overthink being at the peak of your game. Like focus on like the life side, and if you want to have a kid or you want to do stuff that isn't strong woman, like just do it. Like
Yeah.
enjoy your
100%.
life.
Yeah.
Do the stuff.
Me and Jenny talk about this all the time. The importance of
Yeah.
having things outside of strongman, because if you
Yeah.
don't and stuff goes wrong in strongman, you very quickly realize you've not got a fucking lot else, and
Yeah.
it's a very dark place to be in a lot of the time. So having that
Yeah.
outside stuff to take your mind off it and have actual enjoyment in that doesn't
Yeah.
require you to break yourself down all the time
All the time.
is
Exactly.
amazing.
I mean, friggin' hell, when on my maternity leave, I took up crocheting.
Oh hell yeah, we like a bit of crochet. Look at
Yeah,
this.
so if strongmen don't work out, I'll be
It's a wall of wool.
stop.
Hey, I fucking love a bit of crocheting and knitting, me,
I
mate.
love it. I
It's a little
did
pastime.
is no blanket in here. I did Morgan a blanket.
Oh, get you.
And then every birthday, maybe not birthday, every Christmas, I'm gonna do her a crocheted toy.
Ooh, that's a very good idea. I've got
Isn't it?
loads of patterns. I'll send you some patterns if you want, because I
Please.
go through phases with stuff, like where I'm like, all I do is this now, and I did that
Yeah.
for a bit with crochet and knitting, so I have
I love
fuckloads of
it.
stuff. Yeah, it's so
It's
good.
so therapeutic.
Yeah, very therapeutic, and it's like it keeps your hands busy and your brain busy, but you can like watch
Yeah.
TV at the same time. It's like
At the same
relaxing, isn't
time.
it?
Yeah, I loved it. Honestly, so good. So yeah, if strongmen don't work out, I'll be crochet queen.
Do that, yeah, 100%. I love
I've
it.
got it.
I've got it. Whatever it is, I've got it.
Fuck being a mum, I'm gonna be crochet queen.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Nah, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast, Annabelle. Would you like to add anything else? Where can people find you? What have you got to offer the world?
What have I got? Not a right lot. It's just my Instagram, Annabelle_Chapman93. I would say though it's very like bottomless brunch, baby, and strong woman. So you'll see a bit of it all. I realised that when I started posting about Morgan, like I lost a lot of followers. So I was like, well, you're missing out because she's fucking delicious. So
We don't want them followers anyway. If you don't care about the whole lifestyle, you don't care about anything. Fuck off.
yeah. So yeah, just my Instagram. Not really a lot pop. I've got TikTok, but it's not serious.
No.
I wouldn't really look on there. Just go to the gram.
Go to the gram. Well,
Yeah.
I'll tag your Instagram in the show notes. So if you want to follow Annabelle, then do so. And we will see you at the weekend, ready for competition.
Yes.
So exciting. But yeah, thank you very much for being on the show, Annabelle. And
Oh,
we'll see you all next time.
see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Strong Woman Highs, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the podcast, then please give us a follow on Instagram. Or if you would like, we're also on buymeacoffee.com/strongwomanhighs. This is where you can send us tips, or you can also join our membership area, which is $5 a month or £4 a month. It's the silly Gosling level. We'll post out any extra content that we get on there, and hopefully a few little like free giveaways of things as well. The podcast currently doesn't cost a lot to run, which is what we're trying to keep it as, but we would like to be able to cover our costs, and also once those costs are covered, any profit that is made on Strong Woman Highs will be getting saved up and put into a pot for future Strong Woman competitions that we can sponsor. So if you have a Strong Woman competition that you'd like to be sponsored, or If you want to be on the podcast, then give us a shout, send me a message on Instagram or on YouTube, anywhere else you can get us, and we'll get it sorted, because the more women that we can get on, the better. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye!